this week's show, we visit the Midwest and family in Kansas City. We hang out in an art museum and discover that when it comes to disc golf, Tony and I basically suck at this. Right, Tony Tao?
Really bad.
Of course, we'll go find a brewery and talk a little bit about our RV life exit plan.
I run the place, I run the space, I run the scene.
Well, hey kids, welcome to Kansas City. For those of you that watched any of our stuff last year, you'll recognize these two in the back. It's the son and the lovely daughter-in-law.
No dogs.
No dogs. The dogs we actually left at their place. Gracie's hanging out with Bonnie. We were going to go play frisbee golf today, but then it started raining. So instead of frisbee golf, we're going to go over to the Atkins Museum.
And actually go inside.
The time before last that we were here in Kansas City, we went to the Atkins, but we just did the outdoor sculpture garden.
Which was amazing.
Which was super cool. I'll link that. But today we're going to go inside the museum.
It's free.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a free
All right.
museum.
Free museums. Another thing to like about Kansas City. We'll see you at the Atkins Museum. If you've never been to the Atkins Museum, it's a must-see on your next trip to Kansas City. They have plenty of sculptures like these two lovebirds. Whatever this is. Lovely lady statues, grumpy old guy statues, and even a statue that Gracie would love. If you like paintings, there's a Picasso. Not a Picasso fan? How about a Monet? Or maybe you're a fan of Van Gogh. Or morning oatmeal? There's always divine punishment. Boring! Egyptian pharaohs, stained glass, nativity cereal bowls, medieval armor, nightmare fuel. This, or maybe you don't like art at all.
Hi.
How's your morning?
It's okay. How's your morning?
Good. Today is a family day. What are we doing?
Frisbee golf.
Disc golf. Yeah, today we're going to do the first annual Tao Family Disc Golf Fiesta. Have you ever played disc golf before? I have never played disc golf before, so this will be interesting. Mike and Vanessa play it all the time. But the cool thing about disc golf is doggo friendly. So we're not only going to be bringing Gracie, but we're going to be bringing their dog named Bonnie, who is Gracie's buddy, much to Bonnie's chagrin. Bonnie does not have the energy for Gracie.
Bonnie's an older dog.
Bonnie's an older dog, and
She tolerates Gracie.
She tolerates her. Gracie just wants to go, go, go. All right, off to disc golf?
Sure.
All right, let's go have fun. All right, so first hole down. Tony and I basically suck at this. Right, Tony Tao?
Really bad.
But we're having fun.
Horrendously bad.
I try to, like I said, use my whole body so make sure it goes straight and just like pull it through. I'm also pretty hungover, so I'm not experienced.
Now, if there's one thing that will help you, Tony Tao, it's that beer.
Apparently.
They getting better already?
I'm going to try this one more time.
Okay. There you go. You're right over there with me.
Well, at least I didn't throw it over into the bushes.
Yeah. I suck. A lovely 9 on a par 3.
It's okay, I got a 4.
How many, Tony Tao?
Probably about 9.
9? That just means we're getting 3 holes of play out of 1 hole. I'm playing more golf.
Usually you play the one basket, but they have multiple baskets, so that way if you come through and want to play again, you have
You can play.
to shoot at, right?
So is it just 9 holes and then you swap baskets, or?
Some courses are like that. I believe this is an 18-hole course though.
Okay.
And they'll come through every week and like change the placement of the basket, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So like a regular golf course.
Yeah, it's regular golf, just, beer and frisbees.
I'll approve of the beer part. Say what, Tony Tell?
There's always a stoner hole.
Is that true? Disc golfers in the audience, is that true? Is there always the like blaze hole?
There's another word that they call it on the internet. Gardening. Is there a gardening hole?
How do you know all of this about disc golf, Tony
Because I
Tell?
watch the TikToks.
Tree got in the way. Vanessa's the one that's killing it. None of this is poison ivy. You're good. Vanessa had the best advice so far, and that is you got to flick the wrist. What'd you say, like you're snapping a towel?
Yeah, like you're snapping a towel.
This girl knows disc golf because it worked for me. Tony Tao, what are your thoughts on this crazy game of disc golf?
I wish I was better, which, drives you to do it again. But we might have to look into taking it up just because Gracie is having the best time ever.
This dog is just chasing discs all over this place.
She is loving this.
Yeah.
She's like waiting for us right now to throw. She's like, throw.
I have to figure out a way to rig up a GoPro on Gracie for this. Now you got it. There you go. Hi kids, well the first annual Frisbee Golf Fiesta is done. I think I highly recommend Frisbee golf, especially if you have a little dog that likes to chase Frisbees.
Oh my God, she's going to be...
She's going to pass out. We dug the hole to fill with beer, so we're going to head to a brewery. And I am sure that this one and her buddy Bonnie in the back are going to be out in no time. So where do we say we're going? Callsign?
Callsign Brewing.
We're going to Callsign Brewing. We'll see you there. All right, so Callsign Brewing did the standard dealer's choice flight. The first is a American lager called Freedom.
Yeah, do you want to say? Sure.
That's a good I'm thirsty beer.
Must be sweet.
Next up is the Chinook, which is an IPA.
That was a lot of
Does
fun.
not smell IPA at all. Yeah, it smells like an East Coast IPA. That IPA is really good. Try that, Tony Tell. This is a Belgian triple. That actually is closer to an IPA. It's one I'm looking forward to. It's a coconut porter.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yep, you can smell the coconut. Ooh, that's really good. You're gonna like that one. And this is a super cool brewery because I'm like a big fan of aviation stuff. And it's like all aviation themed. Love it. What do I have? One of those big long eyelashes?
Oh, you need a trim.
I do. I know. I need a haircut. We wanted to talk a little bit in this episode about RV exit plans, especially for someone who is our age, because you're going to get to a point where you either don't want to do this anymore or you just physically can't do this anymore. I think you also need to have some type of a home base kind of somewhere just in case you have to come off the road for some reason. Things like
COVID.
yeah, COVID, or even like think about 9/11 when that happened. Or if you have an illness or a sickness and you just need to come off the road.
Well, I worry. I see people selling everything, but using all that money to fund this lifestyle. And that's one thing. But you have to be able to, when you do come off the road, be able to live comfortably. So make sure that you're set up, whether it's your retirement, whether it's if you do sell your house and you live in this type of lifestyle, you don't spend all that money on this type of lifestyle. You save that money so you can get off the road.
So like for us, we did do what Tony mentioned. We sold everything and hit the road. We had a house in San Diego that we bought years ago, and property in San Diego is outrageously expensive. So we got very, very lucky when we sold it. So we just took that money, put it in investment. Once we decided we wanted to keep going full time, we knew we needed to upgrade our rig, so we did pull a little bit out to cover the cost of the new rig.
Which is great because I don't have a, again, I don't have a house payment.
So some of the things that we kind of listed, just kicking it around as types of exit plans that we've seen people do. There's RV lots. Some people have bought an RV lot, which is basically, just a full-time lot where you own the lot that you then park your RV on. I mean, the other option is not selling it all if you own a house and then using that house as some type of an investment property, use that house as a rental, and then later on when you decide to come off the road, you can go right back into that house. That didn't work for us for multiple reasons. The main one being is it was the house that we raised our daughter in, and we lost our daughter in 2022, and it was just too painful to stay in that house. So we sold the house. I mean, another option, and this is the option that we chose. We decided to take some of that money from our house and invest in another house. But we also did it with our son and our daughter-in-law. So they had moved to Kansas City, which is why this episode is from Kansas City, because we came to not only visit them and hang out with them and play Frisbee golf with them, but to also purchase a house with them. So we did wind up purchasing a house in Kansas City. Here's some of the images of the house. It kind of blew us away how inexpensive housing was in Kansas City compared to what it was in San Diego. Go ahead.
To be fair, it's in Mikey and Vanessa's name, as it should be, because this is an investment in their future as well. There's deals in place that everybody's covered financially if anything happens, and all that.
And we didn't buy the house outright. We gave them a chunk of money as a down payment on the house, with the agreement that we would own the percentage of equity that down payment was, because we want them to also have to make house payments.
Put skin in the game.
Yeah, put some skin in the game. For us, it's the opportunity to also experience their joy and excitement of home ownership while we're still meat tractoring around on this rock, right? Instead of waiting until we're gone. I mean, we get to also, we get to take part in the joy and the fun.
It's been so much fun watching them take over that house. It's awesome. The house is big, but it's on a sizable lot. You know, our hope is when we do decide to come off the road, maybe we can build an ADU.
A granny flat, for those of you that don't know what ADU is.
Because by then we're going to be so used to living in a small footprint that moving into an ADU is going to be simple.
Yeah. having a large living space is not, we don't need it
anymore. I love not having a large living space, to be honest.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Vanessa. She's got to keep that big house clean.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of where our world is as far as exit plans go. Just make sure you have some type of an exit plan.
It did take a lot of stress off of me, knowing that in case of an emergency, in case something happens to either of us, in case something happens to even Mikey or anybody else, we have a place to go. But we're happy to do it. We love our new hometown, although we're not residents. That's a whole other story.
That's a whole other story. Yeah. So we own a house in Kansas, but we're now residents of South Dakota. And we're going to talk about that in a future video about how we went through the process of getting
South Dakota.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that is it for this video. Wrapping up Kansas City. Where did we go after Kansas City? What's next week? Oh, yeah. We went to Omaha.
Why Omaha?
Interesting things in Omaha. So make sure you come back next week because there's interesting things in Omaha.